Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Classified Captures. Expect a fresh selection of clips that will have the right ratio of thrills, scares, and even the bizarre and cute. You know what? Allow me to just show you. To start today's episode, we travel back in time to the Canadian mountains in the year 2020. If you are wondering what makes this mountain special, it's simple. A gondola came crashing down the mountain. The incident shook everyone given how neatly its cables were cut. Just in case you didn't know, such cables are typically made of thick steel, and that will require a lot of effort to cut through. Not to talk about the noise and the fact that at least 3 men are needed to do it successfully in at least 15 minutes. Here's the thing though, the security saw and heard nothing. How were they cut then? Well, no one knows. This man suggests that the culprit might be none other than the elusive Sasquatch. Why? Because according to him, no human could pull off such a risky feat without getting caught. After the incident, security was beefed up and they even had thermal cameras. But after spending millions to fix the cable and upgrade the security, the incident repeated again, with no culprit caught. The only difference was this time they captured footage of a massive creature roughly 8 to 9 feet tall. There are not a lot of humans that fit this bill. Could it be the work of a Sasquatch, as the man says, or is there a more ominous reason? Share your thoughts. If our next clip proves anything, it's that the pace of technological advancement can sometimes leave us wide-eyed, or in this case, possibly red-eyed. In this extraordinary scenario, this man has a smart eye lens on with a charger discreetly positioned on his eyelid, which is also connected to another device on his temple. It's like living in a sci-fi movie, isn't it? Before you think of getting yourself one, take a good look at his eye. Just look how red his eye is. It leaves us wondering if this is even safe to use at all. Now, it seems we're not just inseparable from our gadgets, they're actually becoming a part of us. How do the rapid advancements in tech make you feel? Do you think we're improving the quality of our lives, or do you think that we're headed on a path of irreversible self-destruction? Share your thoughts. Talk about blending nature with the digital age. Check out this beetle. It's not your ordinary everyday insect. No, this is an electronic masterpiece. Imagine these robotic insects made of cameras and microphones weaving their way into places we'd never suspect. Guess what they could be used for? Spying and planting chaos everywhere. While some argue it's just an art piece, the unsettling truth lingers. If artists can do this, then what about tech experts and scientists? Surely with the advancements we've made in microchips, something like this is possible, yes? Either way, it reminds me of Spy Kids. What about you? Next, you might want to take a look at this strange encounter. As you can see from the clip, someone was burning something when out of nowhere the flames flared up and a bizarre fiery figure took shape. The woman who was standing by the blazing spectacle and the person behind the camera both took a hasty step back, and looking at it, I would have rushed out of the place. But knowing me, I would have returned as well to find out what it was. Having seen it yourself, what do you think it could be? Some in the paranormal community believe this could be a modern-day encounter with a fire demon. According to Aaron, that's most likely the case, but what about you? What do you think is going on here? A Trailcam owner came across this strange image on his device. Take a look. At first glance, he couldn't make out what it was until he enhanced the footage. Once it was enhanced, it appeared to have captured a large creature walking through the dark. The creature was about 7 feet tall. It fits the classic description of a Bigfoot. All who saw the footage in the paranormal community believed it had to be a Bigfoot. My team thinks so too. Personally, well, I don't know. There's something off and I just can't put my finger on it. What do you think we're dealing with here? Next, we visit Uganda to experience the mystery of the northern and southern hemispheres. This clip was recorded by some individuals at a tourist destination in Uganda. People come here to experience the differences in two hemispheres. First, they stand at the northern side and pour water into this strange funnel thing and then put a flower in it. Once they do that, the flower rotates clockwise, but when they cross over to the southern hemisphere and do the same thing, the flower rotates anti-clockwise. This simple experiment, if we can call it that, demonstrates how our planet's rotation affects things. Julius says it's called the Coriolis effect. I'm not a science whiz, so can someone tell me if he's telling the truth or not? If you haven't already hit the like button, subscribed, or even dropped a comment so far, could you please do so now? It goes a long way to help us make more of these videos for you. Thank you so much. Now back to today's episode. Now, the next one is a tale that takes us to the Black Sea, where curious tourists in 2023 stumbled upon a strange sight. They captured footage of not one, but 2 or 3 mysterious beings in the water that resembled none other than the legendary Loch Ness Monster. These creatures had a distinctive small head and long necks, features that resembled the said creature. For those not familiar with it, the Loch Ness Monster was reportedly first seen in modern times in the year 1933. Since then, there have been many alleged sightings of the creature from all over the world with images. This one is no different, but do you think this will be the very first one that leads to the creature? Share your thoughts in the comment section. We all heard of the tragic fires that burnt down Chile not long ago. News coming from there now is that the residents are now painting their roofs and properties blue. Now you might be wondering what blue has to do with anything. This has to do with DEW, direct energy weapons. Some conspiracy theories suggest the fires might be a result of these mysterious weapons. They even connect the dots between the Chile fires and the blazes in Hawaii. They claim that these weapons can't detect the color blue, so by giving their homes a fresh coat, they're basically trying to stay one step ahead of potential disaster. Apparently, many billionaires and millionaires have their private homes in blue coatings. I don't know how true that is, and I refuse to investigate. I was afraid to know the truth. I didn't want to get involved in anything sketchy, but then again, what do you guys think?
Entonces, si el techo es azul,
someone found this strange-looking sea snake in the waters and brought it home. The snake has these strange green things on its skin. They look like fur or hair of some sort, but aren't snakes supposed to have scales? Well, there's a hypothesis. Some believe these are sea snakes. Yes, they're sea snakes and they're known to spend a significant amount of time submerged in water. The hypothesis is that algae or other marine organisms can attach themselves to their bodies. Seaweed and other plant-like organisms are believed to be able to provide camouflage by blending the snake's appearance with its surroundings. It's believed that's what we're seeing here. If this is the case, the belief is that it's supposed to make it less conspicuous to predators or prey. Additionally, this type of symbiotic relationship can offer protection by potentially deterring predators that may mistake the snake for something unpalatable. Unless, of course, they love salads. What do you think? Conspiracies about celebrities being reptilians have existed for millennia. In this clip, we see a little girl interacting with Elvis Presley when suddenly she looks seriously at his face. Upon closer inspection, one may notice that one eye looks bigger than the other, almost as if it's morphing or molting. What makes this situation suspicious is that a man comes and blocks his face from the camera and another guy touches his eye. The very one that looks weird. What do you really think is happening? Was he shape-shifting, or was there something else at play here? If only we could find that little girl and ask. Now immerse yourself in an otherworldly tale captured on footage by a man who claims to have a close encounter with the extraterrestrial kind. In the video, a mesmerizing pink light hovers and dances about, and according to the man behind the lens, this ethereal glow is none other than the elusive alien presence. As the story goes, he remembers feeling very dizzy and losing track of time during this strange encounter. What's even more interesting is the fact that his phone had trouble focusing, almost like something from another world was making it hard to see clearly through the camera. But that's not all. He said he had more footage of his abduction and even filmed their crafts as well. At the end of the footage, the camera falls and you hear footsteps and someone breathing.
This is the part that kind of freaks me out.
The big question is, could this be a real encounter with aliens, a quick look into the unknown, or is it a mix of different things, maybe natural events or just a trick of the mind? Back in 2005, a company driver decided to take a leisurely walk through the woodlands of Quebec, Canada. As he was walking through, he came across these beautiful waters in the middle of the forest below. He decided to take a few pictures and some videos. After he retired home to review the footage, it was then that he saw a strange creature looking up at him. The creature was standing behind some bushes on the right side of the image. Do you see it? Initially, he thought it was a Bigfoot, but this one looked very different. It was bipedal and about 6 to 8 feet tall. It had a dog-like face, unlike a Bigfoot, and had a longer snout. The head of the creature was triangular with silver hair on it going all the way to its shoulder, but the rest of its body hair was black. The creature was also holding a white furred animal in its hand that looked like a dog, and its face had a red stain on it. So our guess is that this creature was munching on this dog. What creature are we looking at here, though? Many in the paranormal community believe it's a dogman. Looking at it, I don't blame them for thinking so. You have seen it too, so what are your thoughts? This snowboarder was filming after he'd fallen off his board when all of a sudden, this happened. A strange object flew over his head. It was so fast you almost wouldn't notice it, but with the slowdown of the footage we're able to make it out. It's a flying disc that looks like a saucer. Could it be one of those famed alien crafts, the kind often whispered about in extraterrestrial tales, or is there a more grounded explanation, such as it being a human-made drone simply cruising through the wintry air? Some skeptics say that it's all just movie magic, edited to make us guessing. But what do you think? A hoax or real-life alien craft? My money is on the hoax part, but I'd love to hear you too. Just a quick reminder before our next clip comes. If you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed, could you do so right now? You wouldn't want me to send a Sasquatch after you now, would you? Next, we have another mysterious sighting in the air. This time, it's a horizontal-looking object gliding over the woodlands of Colombia. It's the classic story of an unidentified flying object reigniting the age-old question: could it be an alien spacecraft or maybe some otherworldly device? The possibilities are as vast as the starry skies. What do you think of this horizontal marvel? My mind thinks it looks like a frisbee, but the paranormal community says it's extraterrestrial. So let's hear your opinions as well. What do you think we're looking at? The Lockheed CL-1201 was a proposed high-speed aircraft developed by Lockheed in the 1960s. It was developed to be a supersonic transport capable of carrying about 250 passengers at speeds faster than Mach 2. Comparing it to a famous building, the wingspan of the CL-1201 would be comparable to the height of the Statue of Liberty, while its length would be equivalent to about two-thirds the length of a football field. The design included a delta wing and 4 engines with a focus on transatlantic flights. Unfortunately, the project didn't advance beyond the concept stage due to various challenges in the US government's decision against developing a supersonic transport. Today, the CL-1201 serves as a historical example of attempts in the 20th century to create practical supersonic commercial airplanes. What do you think of it? Is it something you would love to sit in? Tell us in the comments section. These two men stumble upon a chilling encounter at the corner of an abandoned house. What they find is a creature that straddles the line between human and monstrous. It has a woman-like figure with an otherworldly, ghastly face adorned with razor-sharp teeth. The creature's mouth opens and closes, a haunting spectacle that sends shivers down the spine. Local residents say it's a djinn. If you don't know what that is, it's a creature from folklore that's known to possess great power. It can either be good or evil. Think of the genie from Aladdin, but this time with free will and all the power in the world. Could be disastrous, right? Anyway, what do you guys think of it? Well, here's a head-scratcher that takes us to the skies. A humanoid figure draped in a long white robe, arms outstretched, floating in the great expanse above. Now that's definitely not your everyday sighting. When it comes to mysterious figures in the sky, the usual suspects are aliens or, of course, a well-planned hoax. But when it comes to this, even the skeptics are throwing a curveball into the mix. They suggest that this could be a blue beam projection. For those new to the channel, blue beam projections refer to a concept rooted in conspiracy theories that stipulate that governments and other powerful individuals or institutions are using advanced technology to create holographic illusions in the sky, often for deceptive or manipulative purposes. Proponents of this theory suggest that such projections could be used to simulate supernatural or extraterrestrial events, leading to widespread confusion and speculation such as this footage here. It's a stretch, I know, but think about it. Once you've done that, please share your thoughts in the comments section, as we'd love to know what you think. This terrifying footage from Russia allegedly shows us the moment a meteorite struck Earth in 2013. As you can see, as cars are going back and forth, there was a huge flash in the sky. The 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor event made people more aware of the dangers associated with objects from space coming into Earth's atmosphere. I certainly wouldn't want to be anywhere near any of these when they crash. I'd definitely love to live a bit longer. Now, this is a sweet twist on the concept of bee-friendly.
Bee-friendly, mi gente, miren la abeja. No lo puedo creer, no lo puedo creer.
Feast your eyes on this viral donut shop making waves on social media. What's all the buzz about? Well, it's not just about donuts, it's about bees carrying out their pollination process right inside the premises. Just take a peek at these industrious bees strolling on the sugary delights. It's a quirky fusion of the culinary and the natural world. Now, the big question, would you ever indulge in treats from such a place where bees are not just customers but pollination partners? What's your take on this unique approach to coexisting with nature? A bold venture, or perhaps a too close for comfort encounter with your baked goods? In the midst of deep darkness concealed in a shroud of mystery, this black and white footage reveals a creature that leaves us in a state of uncertainty. At first glance, it resembles a cat, although it's oddly missing a tail. The enigmatic shades in the recording offer us little more than a pair of radiant eyes glowing like otherworldly orbs. In the world of the unexplained, there are various theories. Some suggest that it might be a cat under the influence of some supernatural force caught in an otherworldly twist. Others propose that it could be an effect of the camera distorting reality and turning it into a perplexing enigma. Amid all of this uncertainty, there are whispers of a more unsettling possibility. A mountain lion concealed in the obscurity of the night, hiding its true identity. We can go on, but looking at it, what do you think we're dealing with? Tell us in the comments section. Talk about being in the right place at the right time. An unintentional Bigfoot sighting came to light when a YouTuber renowned for his vehicle reviews took a four-wheeler for a spin. While he was focused on his review, he inadvertently filmed what many believed to be a Bigfoot. If you look closely at the left side of the road among the trees, you'll spot a mysterious dark-furred creature strolling into the woods. It's almost as if Bigfoot decided to make a cameo appearance while the camera was rolling. In the past, these creatures were quite elusive, and it took a great deal to capture them. But now, all it takes is to just be in the woods or mountains at the right time, and you might be lucky to catch a glimpse of one. Either that, or we have some really convincing fakes out there. Well, if it isn't another mystery caught on camera. This time our stage is set in a parking lot and we've got a mysterious visitor strutting its stuff. At first glance, you might think it's a human, but don't be too quick to jump to conclusions. This being moves in an eerie, uncanny way. It's like its body is in a perpetually crouched state and it waddles along, giving it an otherworldly appearance. But the strangest thing of all is its appearance. It's like white smoke taking on an unusual form. There's no clear indication that this is a human being. It's almost like something from a paranormal tale or a sci-fi flick. Well, we might not have all the answers, but one thing's for sure. Our world is full of unexplained phenomena and curious sightings. Imagine driving on your favorite highway, if that's a thing, and coming across something like this. Would it scare you, or would you be totally chill about it? Well, the one who sent these pictures in was far from chill. He was not freaking out either. He was just overly excited. He thought that he'd caught a glimpse of the Bigfoot he so admires. Watching the footage, I don't blame him for thinking so. Perhaps that's probably gonna be the first thing on my mind too. The creature in question has the fur and the build to be Bigfoot. But is it really though? Well, I'm skeptical about that. The capture is very blurry, preventing us from running an in-depth analysis. But if it were really Bigfoot roaming the highway, someone else would have stopped to record it and it would have gone on the news. Seeing as none of these things happened, I'm tempted to think it's a bear. What about you? Late-night drives through desolate roads often have a sense of solitude and calm, offering a break from the hectic day. However, occasionally these peaceful moments can be disrupted by unexpected and chilling encounters. Such was the case for one driver who experienced a hair-raising incident that left him questioning the laws of reality. As the driver cruised along the dimly lit road, the headlights illuminated a peculiar figure standing in the middle of the path. It was undoubtedly a person, or at least it appeared to be. What caught the driver's attention was the black cloth draped over this mysterious individual, concealing their identity and features except for their shoulders, which were visible beneath the dark shroud. As he approached to investigate, he tried to remove the black cloth, only to find that there was no one underneath. The mysterious figure had vanished into thin air, leaving the driver both puzzled and spooked. Was it a ghostly apparition or something else altogether? Share your thoughts with us, especially if you believe it's a hoax, because someone, not me, but someone close to me, thinks it's a hoax. This adventurous motorcyclist was weaving through a forested path, sporting a trusty helmet camera to capture the ride. Little did he know, he captured something spine-tingling, only discovered during the footage review. Hold on tight, and let's take a look. Zoom in on the left side of the screen amidst the forest trees and you'll spot it, a tall, pale figure lurking in the shadows, keenly watching our two-wheeled adventurer. Blink, and you might just miss it. The questions abound. What on earth could this lurking presence be? It's pretty tall, towering above the trees. Could it be the elusive Slender Man, or might it be something entirely different? Tell me what you think in the comments section. Back in 2014, a man captured this image in Montana near the stunning Flathead Lake area. So here's the photo, and it's like something straight out of a sci-fi flick. A creature in the sky, and it's not your garden variety bird. The silhouette is like nothing you'd spot in your birdwatcher's guide. Some folks are saying this could be the real deal, a living, breathing pterodactyl straight out of the dinosaur era. Just look at that image, it's enough to make your jaw drop. There are always skeptics in the room, and they're suggesting that maybe, just maybe, this image has had a little digital makeover. You know, Photoshop and all that jazz. But this doesn't erase the fact that we could be sharing our world with living, breathing dinosaurs, or is it all just a high-tech illusion? We start off today's episode at the beach, but not with the kind of scenes you're used to. No, this is something much more, something much worse. Take a look. You don't need to be a scientist to know that's definitely not human. This was captured by some folks late at night at the beachside. They were going about their usual duties when one of them spotted the being, freaked out, and called the rest. The being appears to have rather pale skin with what looks like fins of some sort. Its head looks like a splice between a dog's and something humanoid. Basically, this looks so unnatural and it has got us thinking. What exactly are we dealing with? Where did it come from and why is it there? Members of the paranormal community believe it could either be a merman or an Atlantean. What thinkest thou? In the heart of the woods, nestled within the mystifying embrace of the devil's tramping ground, there lies a peculiar patch of barren land. This desolate circle, spanning many acres, stands as a chilling testament to nature's defiance. Here, the very earth refuses to yield, and no plant can stake its roots, a mysterious void in the midst of lush greenery. Legend has it that something sinister happens here during the night. People say the devil himself visits, carrying out his wicked schemes under the cover of darkness. The malevolence in this place is so strong that it's thought to repel life itself, banishing plants from its cursed soil. But there's an even stranger twist to this tale. Objects left behind in this area seem to vanish into thin air as if the devil himself is taking them. It's believed that anyone brave enough to camp within this unusual space is in for a chilling encounter with malevolent forces beyond imagination. The memories of these unfortunate campers are forever marked by terror, haunting their dreams and driving them to flee for safety in the distant hills. As you look at this cursed ground, you can't help but wonder about the nature of the devil's nightly activities. What sinister deeds occur in this desolate circle? Is it the result of dark magic or just a superstition? The mystery of the devil's tramping ground continues to tempt the curious, encouraging them to contemplate its unexplainable nature. Have you been there? Do you have stories to share? Please do so in the comments section below. In the epic showdown between a dog and a lion, you'd naturally think the lion would have the upper paw. However, the outcome of this encounter might surprise you. It all began when a curious pit bull ventured into the woods, seemingly on a mission to establish some territorial authority. While the dog was busy exploring, a stealthy mountain lion sneaked up from behind, preparing to strike. But as the lion leapt, the dog turned around in the nick of time and counterattacked with impressive determination. The lion, perhaps underestimating the pit bull's fierce spirit, quickly retreated, leaving the dog victorious in this unexpected showdown. Wait, did I say a pit bull? That's Frenchy, isn't it? Can anyone out there clarify this for me? Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit the like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to making it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. Now imagine this, you're at the sink ready to wash your hands when you notice something unusual. In the small holes of the sink, a creature is struggling to emerge. Thankfully though, the sink drain is fitted tight, making it challenging and difficult for it to come through. This also means that we never get a clear glimpse of the creature's identity. Nevertheless, this persistent critter is giving it everything it's got, trying to squeeze its body through that confounding hole. The question that naturally springs to mind is this: what on earth, or maybe beyond, could this creature be, and how on earth did it end up in such a peculiar predicament? Working the night shift as a security guard can be a lonely job, with only the stars to keep you company. But for this vigilant guard at a pipeline station, one fateful night brought an encounter that would leave him struggling with PTSD for the rest of his life. As he patrolled the area, his sharp eyes caught sight of something unusual. Emerging from the shadows, a strange creature made a fleeting appearance, darting off into the nearby woods. This creature had a pale, hairless complexion and an unsettling, hunched posture. Fearing for his safety, the startled security guard wasted no time in beating a hasty retreat. What could that be? Well, we've had a hard time putting our fingers on it. Can you help? Next, we have a chilling video that's bound to leave you stupefied. And yes, I'm not ashamed to state I learned that word from the Harry Potter series. Either way, back to the footage. It starts out as seemingly innocent, and then, out of the shadows, a cryptic entity emerges. Its body, divided into two halves, white on top and black below, is a stark contrast to its surroundings. With agile and unnatural movements, it launches itself forward, gripping the white walls as it bounds down a narrow hallway lined with numerous other white doors. In a heartbeat, this mysterious being makes a daring leap, aiming for an opening in the ceiling, and just like that, vanishes from sight. The question lingers in the air: what in the world have we just witnessed? Before you start panicking, allow me to put you out of your misery. It's all CGI. This was created by a talented artist, and despite how realistic he tried to make it, if you pay attention long enough, you can tell it's computer-generated. Or can you? Indeed, the woods have always held an air of mystery, harboring secrets that both captivate and confound those who venture into them. This peculiar image, discovered in the heart of the forest, adds to it. At first glance, it looks like an internal part of some animal, with its pinkish flesh and curiously round upper part, but its lower section sports what looks like limbs, an anatomical feature that suggests this could not be a part of a larger creature. So if it's not part of some larger creature and it exists on its own, what creature could it be? Truth is, no one knows or can even guess. Even the person who found it could not put a name to what he'd seen. After uploading it online, some theorized it was an alien, whereas others said it was an aborted fetus. While we can see where they're all coming from, it's no secret that none of these thoroughly describe what the creature is or how it ended up where it was found. Can you help? Out in the wilderness, there's always room for surprises, and this one certainly delivered. As it emerged from the bushes, this creature immediately piqued our curiosity. At first glance, it might give you the impression of an otherworldly being, a fox, but with longer legs and striking dark fur. Now, if we didn't know any better, we might be tempted to assume that we'd stumbled upon an alien species or some sort of paranormal entity. But here's where the magic of research comes into play. After delving into the fascinating world of fauna, we unearthed the truth. This creature is no extraterrestrial visitor, it's an earthly animal known as the maned wolf. They're not true wolves, though, but distant relatives and are actually more closely related to South American bush dogs. They more closely resemble a giant fox, which earned them another nickname, fox on stilts, for their leggy build and fox-like coloration and features. So there you have it, folks, a gentle reminder that our planet is teeming with creatures that can be just as extraordinary and baffling as any creature of legend. This is one of those moments where technology captures the intensity of nature. Here's a snapshot from a game camera that tells quite a story. In this image, you can see a deer, but there's more to it than meets the eye. This picture was taken at the precise moment when a hunter's shot hit the mark during a hunting expedition. It's like freezing time and witnessing a crucial instant in the circle of life. While hunting is a contentious topic, it's undeniable that this image encapsulates the tension, skill, and raw nature of the hunt. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps us out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you, so please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. Next, we have shrouded in the mysterious aura of abandonment, the King's Path, a once beautiful structure now marred by the relentless hands of time and neglect. Winding through a landscape kissed by the river's edge, embraced by the encroaching wilderness, and ensconced by ancient stone edifices, this decaying relic could be likened to the road less traveled, the path to another realm. An unsettling sense of impending doom seems to hang in the air for anyone traversing this worn trail. Many years of exposure to the elements have left their mark on this place. The paths are broken and fallen, revealing their skeletal remains. Rusty steel beams are all that's left of a once thriving route. The only way to move forward where brave hikers once dared is by carefully walking on these steel beams. It's like a glimpse into the past and a glimpse into what the future might hold. A courageous person captured by our camera is walking on the King's Path. Every step they take carries with it the stories of many others who once explored this place, some of them venturing into the unknown. Would you be willing to walk this deteriorating trail, embracing its mysterious beauty and taking the risk between life and the unknown? If you would, then the King's Path awaits you. In a chilling turn of events, the residents of a certain house had their nerves rattled when they reviewed security footage from their property. The footage revealed an unsettling intruder lurking about the premises. Now, when you expect an intruder, you generally hope it's human. At least then you'd know what you're dealing with. But in this spine-tingling scenario, a security camera revealed a peculiar dog-like creature strolling around on its hind legs in the dead of night. So, is it a specter, a paranormal entity, or are our four-legged friends attempting some Toy Story-esque escapades while we're not looking? In the dense Malaysian woods, a group of hunters stumbles upon this creature that defies all their expectations. It was unlike anything they had ever encountered before, a fusion of the human and animal worlds. It had a face that bore a striking resemblance to a human, coupled with a body that appeared to share characteristics with both a sloth and a raccoon. Malaysia has a rich tapestry of tales about mysterious creatures with animal bodies and human-like features, and many locals believe that this find could be one of those legendary hybrid beings. Experts and skeptics have yet to offer their official opinions on the legitimacy of this footage, so for now we find ourselves in a realm of uncertainty, pondering whether this creature is a product of folklore or a genuine anomaly in the animal kingdom. A man was just taking a stroll in a park. As he wandered among the trees, his keen eye spotted something peculiar, prompting him to capture it on camera. The resulting image reveals a dark figure which appears to have fur all around it. The distance between it and the man makes it a bit challenging to be absolutely certain. The creature's bipedal stance, a characteristic that immediately brings to mind the legendary Bigfoot, makes it stand out among the foliage. However, what makes this figure truly intriguing is its ethereal quality, which lends it an almost ghostly appearance. This leaves us in a beguiling dilemma. Is it a supernatural entity, a spectral visitor from another dimension, or could it possibly be the elusive Bigfoot concealed in the shadows? We now invite you, our discerning viewers, to share your insights and thoughts in the comments section below. Before you watch the next clip, could you please hit that like button, subscribe, and even drop a comment if you haven't already? It goes a long way to make it possible to create more videos for you. Thank you for doing so. Moving back to the day's episode. In this intriguing video clip captured by a security cam on a private property, the scene starts with a seemingly ordinary setting, just a big leaf in view. But then things take an eerie twist. Two glowing orbs suddenly manifest beside a tree, casting an unsettling, unnatural light in the darkness. It's as if something from beyond is peeking into our world. These ethereal lights ignite and surge into the woods like a portal to the unknown, leaving behind a trail of ghostly luminescence. Our world is no stranger to mysteries, but this encounter raises chilling questions. What's behind these enigmatic manifestations? Are we witnessing a glimpse into the supernatural? Could those have been alien ships moving at supersonic speeds? Share your thoughts, but beware, they might be listening. A man was taking a walk with his dog during spring sunset when something strange happened. The dog's behavior suddenly took an anxious turn as it fixated on something in the distance. Not wanting to miss anything unusual, the owner turned the camera in that direction. There, at a noticeable distance, was a figure, eerily stationary and facing them. What made this even more unsettling was that the dog, usually quick to bark at potential threats, remained silent but visibly agitated. It was as though the dog sensed something about that figure, something beyond the human eye. The true identity and intent of the mysterious figure remains shrouded in uncertainty. It could have been an innocent passerby, but the dog's instinctual reaction suggests there might have been something more ominous at play. A horse breeder in Ohio shared footage of one of his animals, and it left the internet talking. In the eye-catching footage, we're introduced to a creature that seems to be a blend of two very distinct animals. Its body is reminiscent of a horse, but when we set our gaze upon its head, we're met with a striking departure from equine norms. Its head bears a striking resemblance to that of a dog. Naturally, when something this unusual and baffling comes along, the internet chatter goes into overdrive. The prevailing theory suggests that perhaps a rather mysterious individual decided to take horse breeding to an entirely new level by uniting these two species. But here's the real mystery. The horse breeder who could potentially solve this captivating enigma is nowhere to be found. So for now, we're left marveling at this remarkable hybrid creature, pondering the hows and whys of its existence. The The story behind this next clip is nothing short of comic. During a road trip, two furry creatures were spotted from afar, walking on all twos. Thinking they had live coverage of the elusive beast, they got close, and this is what they saw. Yes, those are bears, not Bigfoots. Bears. Did you know they did that? Does anyone know why? Well, back to the individuals. The paranormal community was very upset with them for leading them on, only to discover it was a bear. I mean, how can you mistake a bear for a Bigfoot? If you had said Dogman, that's understandable, but to mistake a bear for a Bigfoot, well, that's a blunder the paranormal community will not willingly forgive. Out on the serene deck of a water body, a curious fisherman finds himself face to face with an utterly perplexing sight. His camera captures the puzzling appearance of a strange sea creature unlike anything he's ever seen before. This aquatic mystery boasts a set of unusual and unsettling physical features, as if it's experiencing some form of deep-seated discomfort. Its most striking characteristic is a vivid pink tail, which stands out starkly against the backdrop of the water. The creature's body exudes an inexplicable sense of unease, leading some to wonder if it could be the result of a bizarre mutation. Yet amid the myriad speculations, one question remains. What on earth or in the water is this unknown creature? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. On that note, if you still haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to the channel yet, please do so now before I send that creature after you. On a more serious note, it really helps us out a ton and gives us the opportunity to keep making these videos for you. So please do so and share this video with your friends and family. Thank you very much. A mysterious being has made an unexpected appearance on a home surveillance camera, and it's leaving viewers puzzled. This creature seems to defy a clear classification. It alternates between an otherworldly, ghostly form and a more animalistic shape as it hops around the camera frame. However, it's the creature's head that truly perplexes, as it's surrounded by radiant beams of light emanating from its bright eyes. The exact identity of this strange being remains a riddle. What kind of creature is this? The footage playing out on your screen was recorded at 3 o'clock in the morning. Do you see the creature moving about like it's no one's business? What do you think it is? Can't tell? Well, you're not the only one. Many couldn't either. Some believe it's a bird's eye view of Bigfoot moving through the yard. Others believe it's a different cryptid altogether, while some wildlife experts believe it might be a skunk with its tail up. Looking at the footage, which of these do you think it might be? Let's take a break from all the weird stuff and look at a creature we can actually identify. In this heartwarming Trailcam footage, we have a deer putting on a display of its acrobatic prowess. As you watch, you'll see our full-legged friend elegantly leaping over a broken tree branch, navigating the obstacle course of its woodland home. It's like a scene straight out of a nature documentary. And I must say, Bambi's got some impressive moves. Just look at Bambi go. Feast your eyes on these snapshots that were all captured thanks to a trusty motion detection Trailcam. Behold this bizarre entity, a recurring character in all 3 frames. The creature boasts a lovely shade of pink flesh that rivals a pig's, and its facial features are nothing short of peculiar. A quirky visage with big, soul-piercing eyes and an absence of the standard nose. It's almost like someone took a tortoise's face, gave it a pink makeover, and placed it on this strange being. This creature, whatever it may be, seems to be crawling along the ground, arms outstretched toward the camera. The question remains, are we gazing upon an actual living entity, a person skillfully adorned in a costume, or a meticulously orchestrated hoax? The answer, my friend, might just be as curious as these snapshots themselves. In the heart of the woods, in the still of the night, an eerie encounter took place. A lone wanderer stumbled upon a bizarre creature perched precariously on a broken fence. The creature's most striking feature was its eyes, which emitted an unsettling, ominous glow. The creature's face conveyed a sense of menace, an unspoken warning to all who dared approach. Its very presence seemed to whisper, "Get any closer, and you'll regret it." What could this mysterious creature be? I've heard a lot of mysteries and explanations, but I think it's a stray dog whose territory the man might have walked into. Now, I know some of you might crucify me for this assertion, but take a critical look and tell me that does not look like a dog. Talk about a paltry plot twist. This footage from a chicken farm introduces us to a truly unusual feathered friend. This little chicken comes with a peculiar addition, 2 extra legs sprouting from its back. However, these extra limbs seem to be mere passengers, unable to lend a helping hand or claw to the chicken's daily activities. It's a rather unique case of chicken anatomy, but it seems like this little one might be dealing with a deformity. Nature sometimes throws us a curveball, resulting in creatures that deviate from the norm. In the footage, we see a group of friends stumble upon a truly strange creature perched atop a car tire. The creature has pale skin and an unusually elongated neck. Curiosity gets the best of one in the group, prompting them to cautiously approach with a stick in hand. What happens next is straight out of a horror movie. The creature, small in size but enormous in the spookiness department, reacts with lightning speed. At the first attempt to probe it, it retracts its head, and when the stick ventures too close for comfort once more, the creature lunges forward, making a bid to take a chomp out of the intrusive stick. As small as this thing looks, it sure looks scary and dangerous. What could this thing be? Share your thoughts. In the brilliant light of a midday sky, a captivating spectacle unfolds right before our eyes. Up high, the heavens appear to be in motion, with wisps of gas gathering and swirling, creating a dream-like show. However, amidst this celestial dance, there's an object hanging in the sky. It stands out from the sun, which is casting its bright rays as usual over the town. This object has a distinctive circular shape that piques our curiosity. It reminds us of a UFO sighting by a fellow traveler on an aeroplane. Could this be another visit from an extraterrestrial spacecraft defying the laws of our earthly skies? Or maybe it's something else entirely, a radiant orb carrying a celestial being gliding through dimensions beyond our comprehension. We've always interpreted these orbs to mean spiritual activity, but recent sightings have us reconsidering them to be extraterrestrial. What about you? Hidden among the tranquil woods of England, where ancient trees and age-worn rocks stand as sentinels of nature's timeless beauty, a peculiar phenomenon awaits those who venture deep into the forest. Carved into the bark of trees and etched into the rugged surfaces of rocks, a gallery of faces emerges, each with its own unique expression and enigmatic aura. Now, you might think these faces tell tales of a bygone era, relics of ancient civilizations, or symbols of nature's mystique. But the truth behind these enigmatic carvings is as surprising as it is simple. They're the work of modern artists, driven by their passion for creativity and a desire to infuse the wilderness with a touch of the surreal. Yes, these faces have been carved relatively recently, and their origin is rooted in the minds of contemporary artisans, not ancient dwellers or mysterious forest spirits. But still, the thought of a face on a rock or a tree watching you in the woods is creepy or exciting depending on the kind of person you are, if you know what I mean. Ahoy there, marine enthusiasts! Feast your eyes on this deep-sea denizen, the one and only goblin shark. This peculiar creature hails from the mysterious depths of our oceans. It's known for its elongated, flattened snout filled with rows of terrifying sharp teeth. But don't be too spooked. The goblin shark is rarely seen by humans thanks to its preferred habitat in the dark, cold waters of the deep sea. So while it may be dubbed the goblin shark for its unique appearance, it's more of a shadowy legend lurking beneath the waves. Who knows what other fantastic beasts are concealed in the abyssal depths of our vast oceans? Talk about a plot twist in the animal kingdom. When it comes to hopping critters, frogs and rabbits usually steal the show. But lo and behold, in this footage, we've got a creature making a hop that you'd least expect. At first glance, it might seem like a typical froggy hop, but don't be too quick to judge. Zoom in closer and you'll uncover the astonishing truth. It's a worm. Yes, you heard that right, a hopping worm. It's like a scene from a Freaky Friday movie where animals decide to swap their usual modes of movement just to keep us on our toes. Nature has a way of surprising us when we least expect it, and this little hopping worm is a fantastic reminder. Gather round the campfire for another spine-tingling tale. As night falls, a camper finds themselves all set for a peaceful sleepover in the heart of the woods. The fire crackles, casting dancing shadows that add to the eerie ambience. But suddenly, this tranquil scene is shattered by an uninvited guest, a cryptic creature lurking in the shadows concealed behind a tree just a stone's throw from the campfire. The camper instinctively reaches for their camera, capturing the unfolding enigma. The creature reveals itself with its long and slender fingers, reminiscent of the iconic Edward Scissorhands. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, a single glowing eye pierces the darkness. Bathed in the warm light of the fire, the true nature of this being becomes clearer, its slender fingers and that piercing eye etching an indelible image in the camper's mind. The encounter is enough to send shivers down anyone's spine, and the camper's startled reaction mirrors what many of us would feel in such a situation. The video ends abruptly, leaving us with a haunting question. Would you have the nerve to stay and capture such a moment, or would your instinct to flee prevail? Fun fact, he throws fire at the creature before running. That convinces me this is real, or at least some good acting. What do you think? Talk about an uncanny encounter, not content with just flying dinosaurs. Our world seems to be teeming with the unexpected. This time, our stage is set on a car, and behold, a creature like none you have ever seen. Picture a foam, like the kind you'd find in your cushions or packaging material. Now, give it a bizarre twist. Bring it to life and watch it move around. That's exactly what we're seeing here, isn't it? It's a peculiar sight, and I'd say it has an eerie, otherworldly vibe to it. This thing looks like it could spread the zombie virus or something. Whatever your thoughts of the previous video are, you can't deny that it's a fascinating world out there, and sometimes we come across creatures that leave even scientists scratching their heads. The next footage is no exception. In the dimly lit cellar, a truly peculiar creature made its appearance. This little being was seen slowly crawling across the cellar floor. What sets it apart are the three claw-like structures adorning its body. As this mysterious crawler moved, it unfolded what appeared to be webbed wings with three ominous black claws extending from each wing. Despite its diminutive size, there's an undeniable air of danger and unease surrounding this creature. I mean, the Black Widow is deadly and it's only a small spider, which means this could be much worse. Anyone know what this is? Please do share your thoughts with us in the comments section. It seems we've stumbled upon quite the mysterious scene in this trail cam footage. What we got here is a curious cow gazing intently at a spot off camera. When our eyes follow the cow's gaze, we're met with a surreal sight. A swirling mass of white smoke seems to coalesce into a humanoid figure donned in a robe. As this enigmatic entity takes shape, it approaches the cow and begins to perform some kind of peculiar arm dance. Now, before we get too carried away, let's entertain the possibility that this footage could be a result of skilled video editing. It's no secret that modern technology can produce some astonishing visual effects. So while we can't definitely say whether this is a genuine paranormal encounter or a well-crafted hoax, it certainly adds a dash of mystery to our day. What's your take on this intriguing footage? Nature's heartwarming moments. Take a moment to soak in the beauty as a generous monkey shares its apple with a tortoise. It's like a scene straight out of a harmonious jungle tale. There's something profoundly beautiful about witnessing different creatures showing kindness and sharing in their unique way. Don't you agree? I don't remember the last time someone shared their apple with me. Well, on this note, we end today's episode. I've got to go find someone to share an apple with. Thanks for staying with us. Before you go, with our popular trail cams you've come across that you think we should absolutely feature on this channel, please tell us in the comments section. If you personally have odd footage you recorded yourself, you can forward it to us at classifiedcaptures@gmail.com. We'll do the needful analysis and include it in our next episode. We'll also give you credit with it, unless, of course, you want to remain anonymous. We can't wait to receive your clips. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with friends and family. See you in the next one.